Good afternoon. Greetings and salutations on this Valentine's Day. I hope that if you've prepared for Valentine's Day with your Valentines, that's a good thing for you, and that if you haven't, you still have time between now and the time you get home from work to prepare something for your Valentine. So happy Valentine's Day to you. We want to welcome you today to Reading, Writing, and Arithmetic, where we celebrate good things that are going on in our Dade County schools. I'm Billy Hooker. I'm the Associate Superintendent for the school system, sitting in for Dr. Jan Harris today, who's a little under the weather. We wish her well. We hope that she feels much better. Y'all know that this is the flu season, and so we need to do everything we can to try to combat that. But we send a shout out to Dr. Harris today as we lead this program. I have with me today three of our finest employees. These ladies are individuals who are key players in our system and who make what we do in education and what we do for our kids happen in many, many cases, along with our principals and other administrative staff and teachers. But to my far right is Patty Johnson. She is our graduation coach at the high school, and she's also our testing coordinator. Very, very important jobs indeed. Next to her is Miss Debbie Brackett. Debbie has served as our Director of Special Programs for the last few years, and she has just recently been named our new Federal Programs Coordinator or Federal Programs Director. Next to her is Temperance Schulz. Temperance has worked as a psychologist for our system, as well as working with doing some of the testing of our children. She has recently been appointed to Director of Special Needs. She's actually taking Debbie's place. Debbie's actually doing part of the jobs that I was doing. So with that being said, these ladies are very, very important in the jobs that they handle for Dade County schools. So we're just going to jump in here, and toward the end of the program, we'll give you a few announcements. But Ms. Johnson, let's start with you. If you could just tell us a little bit about what you do as a graduation coach, and then I want you to talk about the Duke TIP program, and we may have some specific questions there. And then if you could talk to us a little bit about scholarship availability, because I know that's coming up for our kids at the high school.
Right.
So.
Well, right now, as a graduation coach at this time of the year, I've been trying to meet with all of our seniors, especially those who have some issues and some deficiencies with their credits, and trying to make sure that they have everything they need for May, because it is coming quite quickly before us. Graduation will be here before we know it. So that's what I've been doing recently. And I'll just go into the scholarships at this point, if that's okay. Parents, your student is getting a newsletter, something similar to this, every month. It might not be coming home, but they do have it. This particular one that's coming out in February is 4 pages long. It has all sorts of scholarships that they can apply for. We're adding some more. There are local ones. The local scholarships are on the website, the Dade County Schools website. If you will look to the left on the website, there's a list that goes down the left side, and the second one is the scholarship information. And all of that has been uploaded, and it's current. So students need to be on there applying for all of those. I know we have several that are local, really great scholarships that our students need to apply for. But again, this is coming home at some point this month. So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Amanda Clark, the senior counselor at the high school, will also put it online on her page on the website. So we'll have that.
So we need to make sure that the kids are going online, the parents are going online and looking at the scholarships that are available. Oftentimes there's a lot of scholarships that might not even be applied for simply because people haven't looked. So we're trying to make sure that they're available to our kids and to their parents. And you can apply for scholarships in almost any area. That's sometimes a misconception about scholarships. Depending on the interest of the child or the background of the child, a scholarship might be available for them. And the eligibility criteria might not necessarily be the highest grades.
Right.
It could be other eligibility criteria. And so be sure you check that out because we don't want to leave any money on the table when it comes to scholarships for our kids. We want to be able to help them as much as we possibly can.
Right. And the scholarship newsletter that we have tells the amounts for each of the scholarships, the criteria for each of the scholarships, and then the deadline. And there are several that are coming up March 1st. A lot of scholarships or deadlines are March 1st, so they need to be really looking at that in the next couple of weeks as well.
Don't wait till the last minute. Be sure you get them and get them filled out. I know we've looked this year, particularly at a new program that starts, I think, in our elementary schools and middle school. It's the Duke TIP program.
It's the Talent Identification Program through Duke University.
If you would tell us a little bit about that, who is eligible for that? How do they qualify? How do they learn about that particular program and what the benefits of that program are?
Okay. Well, the Dade County Schools, 7th grade, has been involved with the Duke TIP program for some time. They have added now a 4th through 6th grade. That's fairly new. And 4th through 6th grade students, we looked at their Georgia Milestones last year's scores. And if they were in the 95th percentile or higher, they were an automatic candidate. And then the teachers could also recommend. So we had some teacher recommendations as well. So we went through their Georgia Milestones from 2017 in the spring and located those students. I did a letter a couple of weeks ago that went home with each of those students that gave the parents some information about what the program was about, that their student had been identified, and then the parent had to go online to sign their child up for the program. If a student is under the free or reduced lunch eligibility at school, the fee is waived. So those students can join this program for free. And it's an exciting program. It's really helping to push the gifted program. The students will be able to go on and take the higher testing like the PSAT in 4th through 6th grade. When they become a 7th grader, they can take the SAT or the ACT. But our 4th through 6th graders can take the PSAT. There were 47 of our students that we invited. I don't have a number right now of how many have actually gone online and registered, but we hope to know that in the next couple of weeks. They have until the 31st of March.
Well, thank you, Ms. Johnson. Well, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back after this break. Thank you.
Every star in the night sky is like a beautiful twinkling tax deduction. The more you find, the more money you get back, but you can't find them all unless you know where to look. That's what H&R Block Tax Pros with IBM Watson could do for you.
Did you read the script?
I'm sorry, was there a rewrite? No one...
Ooh, the Big Dipper. Dip it on in there and get a big tax refund.
Okay.
Power of H&R Block with Watson. Get your taxes won.
Attention outdoor cooking fans. The Appliance and Outdoor Equipment Showroom at the Upper Sand Mountain Gas District is a gold dealer of Big Green Egg products. The Big Green Egg is miles ahead of anything else. State-of-the-art ceramics, a wide range of easily adjusted cooking temperatures, a stainless steel cooking grid, and a permanent porcelain glaze to preserve that signature green color. It's a grill, it's an oven, it's even a smoker. The most versatile cooking device ever. Truly the ultimate cooking experience. The Appliance and Outdoor Equipment Showroom at the Upper Sand Mountain Gas District is the largest supplier of Big Green Egg products between Memphis and Atlanta, carrying a complete line of products including rubs and sauces, free 60-day layaway with 10% down, plus 90-day same as cash, and financing is available. See us today on Sand Mountain. Take I-59 south to the Hammondville exit, right on Highway 117 to 21620, Highway 117 in Ider, or call 256-687-9386 to learn about the Appliance and Outdoor Equipment Showroom at the Upper Sand Mountain Gas District.
What's better than saving thousands on a new ride? Saving thousands on your choice of vehicles. Hi, it's LeBron Clark at Mountain View Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. And right now, the choice is yours. Buy a new 2018 Jeep Cherokee Latitude or a new 2018 Dodge Grand Caravan. Your choice, $18,888 or just $259 a month with 0 down. Shop Mountain View Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Ringgold. We're number one for a reason.
The Dade County school system continues to put the safety of students first. That's why the Love the Bus Elementary campaign rolls on. Love the Bus is designed to teach students the importance of safety, respect, and proper bus etiquette. As we continue to enhance efforts of safety for our students, we'd like to have you as part of our team. If you're considering a career as a bus driver, call the Dade County Schools Transportation Department at 706-657-7053 today. Part-time hours with full-time benefits as a bus driver for the Dade County school system.
Welcome back to Reading, Writing, and Arithmetic with the Dade County Schools. We have with us Miss Patty Johnson. Prior to the break, she was talking about the Duke Talent Identification Program. And Miss Johnson, if you would continue and tell us a little bit about the benefits of this program that the kids can participate in.
Okay. When I sent home the letter that invited each student for the program, I also sent home a talent search information with the benefits, and if I could just read through those real quickly. First of all, they would be signed up for something called Navigator, which is a monthly online publication for gifted students to explore new subjects through featured articles, interviews with experts, and at-home activities that they can do at home as well. There's also a book club bi-monthly online. Students can participate in a book club with other students from around the nation. They feature activities, guided reading questions, and discussions that bring up very different elements of each novel that they read. There's a writing and illustration contest that the grades 4 through 6 can participate in, and there's monetary gifts and rewards for that as well. Above grade level testing, I mentioned just a moment ago, the PSAP for those students. Recognition, they will be given an award certificate and they will be recognized in the ceremony at their school. And then they also have all these different other things that they can do online, like in the summer, that will help to keep enriching them during the summer months off of school.
So it sounds like a program that's really an enrichment program for those kids who qualify. And I know there's an important piece of this in that they, particularly in the 7th and 8th grade, they get to take the ACT or the SAT for the very first time. And I know how important just exposure to that test is prior to their getting to high school. Because the higher that ACT, the greater the chances for scholarships. And if we can help parents to where the cost of college is not as great as it would be, simply by their child scoring higher on the ACT or SAT, then what a blessing for those parents. Well, thank you. We appreciate what you've talked about today, and I know our parents will, and those who are listening. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to call Ms. Johnson at the high school or our counselors, either one. So, next to Ms. Johnson is Ms. Debbie Brackett. Like I said, Debbie was the director of our special programs for our system, so she's been working with managing programs for a while, and as she moves into the role of federal programs director, that experience will sit well with her. So Debbie, Ms. Brackett, excuse me, I'm sorry.
That's quite all right.
If you would share with us a little about your past experience here in the system and as an educator, and tell us what your vision is as the Director of Federal Programs. And then if you would talk just a little bit about the continuous school improvement process, which is what all of us are about. So.
Well, first of all, I don't know if you noticed, but during the break, there was a little blurb about our bus driving, our buses in the system. And so I just wanted to kind of point out the shirts that Temperance and I are wearing, because today is Love Our Bus Day. It's also Valentine's Day. So, we just wanted to give a little shout out to our bus drivers and tell them how much we appreciate them and the job that they do. But that didn't have anything to do with federal programs. So now back to what Mr. Hooker asked me to talk about. I've been in Dade County schools for 14 years. Previous to that, I was in a couple of other systems in Georgia and in Tennessee. So this is my 38th year in education. And the last 3 years have been in the administrative role of special ed directors of special programs. And in that time, as Mr. Hooker said, I have managed federal grants, and all of the federal grants kind of fall under the same guidelines, and there are some things that we can do with special programs and federal grants, and some things that we cannot. So there are allowable expenses and non-allowable expenses, and so it's important that we know about that, because we are entrusted with those funds to make the most of them as we can for our students. So I feel that my experience with special programs does help me in coming into federal programs and understanding the laws and the guidance around those funds, how we can use them. And my goal and what I see as my purpose as federal programs director is to support the work that is taking place in our schools every day, and that is our excellent instruction for all of our students. The federal programs support the work that's being done, and there's several different federal grants that I will be overseeing as the federal programs director. They're called title programs. I'm not going to get into all of that, but I just see my job as being the overseer of those funds and helping our administration and our teachers do the work that needs to be done for our students, and using those funds to supplement. And all of it is it all ties into, like Mr. Hooker said, our continuous school improvement. And that is not just housed within our school buildings and our central office, but that is our entire community. And we involve all of our stakeholders, business leaders, community members, organizations, parents. And so we want to have the whole picture of our school system. And one way that we get that information is through what we call perceptual data. And so in the next few weeks and months, you're going to possibly be asked to participate in surveys that the state will send out and our system will send out. And we really want to encourage you, if you're asked to participate in one of those surveys, to take part, because that's where we find out your perception of Dade County schools. And we are here to serve the students, but in serving those students, we're also serving the community and preparing them to be a major contributor to their community once they graduate from Dade County schools. So we need to know where the community sees the schools and how they see the schools, so that we have a better idea of in which direction we need to go. But continuous school improvement starts with the data, not just perceptual. There's a lot of different data that we look at and we analyze. And then from that helps us to know in which direction we need to go. And as we're doing all of that planning, we are sure that we include our federal programs and the monies that we get from that, and find the best possible way to use those funds in providing a well-rounded full education to our students. And the grants cover many things. One of the grants is a Title IV grant, and I don't know that if you've heard about our computer initiative called ACE, our Chromebook initiative, but it's a computer for everyone. And we're looking at using our Title IV funds to help our teachers with some staff development, some professional development on how to best use those Chromebooks and that technology in the classrooms.
Well, thank you, Ms. Brackett. We're going to take another break, and we'll be right back with reading, writing, and arithmetic.
Methamphetamine affects everyone, your neighbors, your friends, and even your family.
Know the signs.
Physical symptoms include you may have extreme difficulty sleeping and even insomnia, and you may lose your appetite.
Know the signs. Please know the signs.
You can seem nervous and anxious and even have paranoia.
Know the signs.
Overheat easily and sweat without even being hot.
Know the signs.
dilated pupils, and even hair loss.
Know the signs.
Hallucinations and delusions. And you can also have tachycardia, which is a rapid heart rate.
Know the signs.
You may have liver damage and loss of skin elasticity.
Know the signs.
You may notice unexplained financial instability and social isolation.
Know the signs.
You may have a false sense of euphoria, coupled with strong depression and even risky behavior, legal trouble, memory loss, and repeated incarceration.
Please know the signs. Unfortunately, we do.
At Gross Furniture in Trenton, Georgia, you get the savings, the selection, and the satisfaction of getting the furniture you deserve at the prices you want. Come in, relax, and take your time. Our staff can assist you with the entire process, from expert advice to professional delivery. That's because Gross Furniture is local and treats you with honesty. Just north of the Courthouse Square on Highway 11 in Trenton. Gross Furniture, the home furnishing store that offers you more.
Hey, that cold weather is coming, and it's never too early to get your winter supplies from Rising Fawn Hardware and Supply, 4300 Highway 11 South in Rising Fawn. Everything you need to wrap pipes under the house, winterize around the doors, make sure your outside faucets are protected, and keep those drafts from coming through the windows. Get your supplies for fall and winter for the home and farm today. Rising Fawn Hardware and Supply, 4300 Highway 11 South in Rising Fawn. Telephone 706-462-2071. The Moore family name has built a legacy of trust, compassion, and peace of mind by standing with families during time of loss. Now in our 70th year, the Moore family commitment grows even stronger, from affordable traditional services to cremation. Our experienced staff stands ready to follow through on you and your family's wishes. Since 1945, the Moore family of funeral homes, North Sand Mountain and Trenton, always dedicated to those we serve.
Welcome back to Reading, Writing, and Arithmetic with Dade County Schools. We were talking just prior to the break about with Mrs. Debbie Brackett, our new federal programs coordinator, and there were two things that I heard, Ms. Brackett, and I just want to reiterate that to our audience. One is that federal programs are, you use the word supplement, they are supplemental funds to our local and state funding. And so they do have particular strings attached to them that we have to follow from the feds and from the State Department guidelines. Let's see. The other thing is that we want parent engagement to take place with all of our programs in our system. So if you're asked to do a survey, we appreciate you filling that survey out and getting that information back, because we do want feedback from you as to what your perceptions about the programs in our school are and what you would like for us to do in our schools. We'll have those put on our website, and you'll be able to access them on the website, and then we'll be able to collect the data that particular way. So be looking for those, and you'll hear more about that probably within the superintendent's message as well in the very near future. Temperance Schulz is our new director of special programs, and she's worked with us for quite some time. She is a psychologist. She has done testing for us on special ed referrals and on gifted testing, and she's looked at the access test, all of the different types of tests that we offer in our system. And so I asked her if she would just share with us what her vision for the special programs direction is, if she would just share that with us today, and maybe a little bit of her own philosophy about what we should be doing in Dade County Schools.
Thank you for having me. I would just I know everyone has been working very hard on the special program side. I know I'm taking over from Ms. Brackett, but I know she will be there to support. But I just would see us continue and just work to improve and to make things better for the children of our school system and for the county. I know that there are great gains that we can make for students with disabilities, and I'm looking forward to be able to work with the parents and the children and the community in order to achieve those gains. I know right now we actually have to kind of go off your parent engagement piece. We have a survey online a parent survey for children and parents of students with disabilities, and we would love for all parents to fill that out. There's a link on there. If you're unable to do that online, you can come to one of us at the central office or at the school level, and we'd be happy to help you do that. We also have a parent program that's coming up on February the 23rd at the central office that we will be working with a Kaleidoscope, an agency out of Chickamauga, who will be able to provide some free money to our families of children with disabilities. So we encourage all of our parents, grandparents, guardians to come out to that. You can get information from the central office. You can contact Cynthia Daniels or myself at the central office. And then we also have Special Olympics coming up on April the 20th. All families are again encouraged to participate. If you will contact us, there's volunteer opportunities, there's some training that you would want to go through, but there's also for your students with disabilities opportunities for your children. But to go back on the vision, I just want to continue to expand what's happening. I see good things. I know that we want to work with our children and to include them as much as possible. So I'm looking forward just to work with everyone.
Well, there are lots of good things going on in Dade County schools, and these three ladies help lead many of those initiatives, and we're so very thankful for the work that they do. I do want to encourage particularly the parents, all of our parents, but particularly the parents of our special education students. We want these schools, every one of our schools, to be a welcoming environment to you, to see the teachers in the classrooms, to see the administrators, to come and eat lunch with your children in our cafeterias. We want our buildings and our faculty and staff to make our schools as inviting as they possibly can be to you. And so if you have questions, please feel free to come into our schools and ask your questions. Set up an appointment with people, and we'll be more than willing to sit down and talk with you. We do have a parent mentor that's associated with the special education program.
Yes.
Would you like to say anything about the parent mentor?
Yes, she works alongside our department in the special needs department. She is a parent of a former student with special needs, so she has been on the parent side. She is a great advocate for our students. She works very closely with parents. She's always willing and for you to call, to sit with you, to meet with you, to answer questions that you might not feel comfortable asking a school staff member. So please reach out to her. You can call the central office and ask for Cynthia Daniels, and she will be more than happy to meet with you. She can give you a perspective or a side that we are unable to do. Sometimes it's easier to talk from a parent to a parent, which is the information that you would be seeking that we might not think to provide you. So she's a very good resource, and we're very thankful to have her, and we hope that parents will know that she's available and that is the role that she serves, and she is here for our families.
She has a key ingredient that so many people don't think sometimes that we have, but she loves the kids in this county, and she loves the parents and the members of this community. As all of these ladies do, it's very evident to me that the love that they have for kids and the work that they do is strictly for the benefit of helping every student, regardless of academic level, to succeed. So with that being said, we've been given the 1 minute warning, so I'm going to give you just a few announcements here. We want to congratulate Leanne Gibson for being awarded News Channel 12's Golden Apple Award. And if you haven't heard about that, go to our website. That's in the superintendent's message this week. Today is Valentine's Day again. I'll just reiterate that. Tomorrow we have professional learning days for teachers, so there's no school for students tomorrow. And so kids will be out of school. February the 16th on Friday, and then on Monday the 19th we'll be on winter break, so the schools will be closed. And hopefully the time that we're out, then we can get things cleaned up and get rid of this flu. So Board work session will be February the 22nd on a Thursday, and then the regular board meeting will be on February the 26th at 5 o'clock. So we thank you for tuning in with us today. Hopefully you've learned something, and please know that we're doing good things in Dade County schools.